Good afternoon, distinguished listeners at home. Welcome to another edition of the Professional Edge Education Unlocked on Oxygen FM 96.9, where we examine the issues shaping the future of education in Nigeria and all over the world. And more importantly, we also explore practical solutions. On this program, we not only discuss education, we unlock it. I'm Akin Akinade, retired principal, Loyola College and Chartered School Administrator, and your host for today. Today's topic touches virtually every Nigerian home. Mention mathematics in any classroom, and you see anxiety. Mention a mathematics examination, and many otherwise brilliant students become nervous. Some even conclude very early in life, mathematics is not for me. And yours truly happen to be one of those people. Is mathematics really difficult? Or have we unintentionally made it difficult or made it appear difficult? Can every child learn mathematics? Or are some children simply not wired for it, while others have what we call mathematics brain? What role should parents, teachers, schools, and government play in changing this narrative? Those are the questions we shall be exploring today. And to help us navigate this important national conversation, I'm delighted to welcome a distinguished mathematician, educationist, and academic leader. I call him a teacher of teachers. He's the head of department of education, science and technology education, Lee City University, Ibadan. He also once served as the vice chairman of the Mathematical Association of Nigeria. He's a professor of mathematics education. And it is my honor to welcome into our studio Professor Phileas Olatunde Yara. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you. When I went through your bio, the first question that came to my mind that I said I would definitely ask you, that question was, who inspired you so that you now go on this line of mathematics?
Well, it was a self-inspired vision that I had. I wanted to read computer science, but as time goes on, I couldn't get admission for computer science. So I decided to read mathematics, physics for my NC. In the first degree, when I was at ABU, I read mathematics. I wanted to change to computer science, but lo and behold, it did not go. So I ended up reading mathematics, and I love teaching the subject mathematics. So that was just, nobody inspired me. I couldn't get any mentor.
Even the way you are talking about it, in my mind, it was like, if I had Prof as my teacher, perhaps my mathematics journey would have been different. So did you at any point meet a teacher in your career, while growing up, that you really look up to as a role model, that when I grow up, I want to be like this teacher? Because when I was in school, the person that made me to hate mathematics was a white man from Pakistan. I wouldn't even hear what he was saying, not comprehend what he had said. So in your journey, did you meet any teacher like that inspired you, or anybody that discouraged you, but because of that self-determination that kept you going?
Well, I had a teacher in my secondary school, one Mr. Udo.
Okay.
He was a school holder who taught us mathematics, and the way he taught mathematics, gave me some inspiration. And I had one other teacher. It was him. He taught me a particular aspect of mathematics, that I can find the square root of any number anywhere, anytime. And that is still with me up to tomorrow. So I think it gave me inspiration that mathematics is a very simple subject, just like any other subject.
Simple subject.
Very simple.
Okay. So from your years of teaching and mentoring students, why do you think there is this phobia for mathematics among many students?
Well, the issue of mathematics phobia must have started right from when you were in primary or kindergarten. Now, mathematics is a subject just like English, like literature and every other thing. But the fear came about as a result of the attitude of the teacher.
Okay.
Some teachers, when they teach mathematics, you want to get out of the roof. And sometimes this issue of fear of mathematics is created by even parents, because in their days they don't like mathematics. So if their children ask them, okay, this is what my teacher said I should do, I don't know mathematics, I don't like the subject. So the fear has been created right from the initial stage. Some teachers in primary school don't understand mathematics, they don't understand it at all.
So what you are saying is that mathematics is naturally not difficult.
It's not difficult. Very simple. Very simple.
How I wish every parent at home will hear this, every student at home will also hear this. Prof is saying that mathematics is not difficult. It's because over the years, I've heard many people saying, my child is not good at mathematics. Many people, they believe that some children are simply not good in mathematics. That is, right from the beginning, they believe this one is not good in mathematics. This one is good in mathematics. Is that a fact or a myth?
Well, I can say it's not a fact, neither is it a myth. It is the way the child is brought up. When the fear is created by the teacher, the student will hate mathematics. The issue is mathematics is that the attitude of parents and teachers and even students to mathematics is what is creating the fear.
You have talked about the teachers, you have talked about the parents.
Yes.
At what stage did this fear, when did it begin? At what stage in the children's life?
Children, they believe their teacher and they also have confidence in their parents. When a student is given a sum to solve and he didn't do well, and it gives to the parent cannot help to solve it, of course he will say the thing is difficult.
If you met a student today, you say, sir, I hate mathematics. What will you tell that child to encourage him to change his mind?
I would say, love your teacher who teaches you mathematics. Now, begin to demystify the issue of your attitude to the subject, mathematics. Just like you like English, you like literature, you like that. Just develop the attitude that, no, I want to know this subject.
Thank you, Prof. Our listeners out there, this is Oxygen FM 96.9, and the program remains The Professional Edge, Education Unlocked. And on with me this program this afternoon is a professor of mathematics education, Professor Phileas Olatunde Yara. We'll come back after this short break. Welcome back. Prof has been able to help us to demystify mathematics. And like I said earlier on, I would have wished to have met Prof in my younger days. Perhaps my journey in the world of mathematics would have been a lot different. Now, having established the fact that it is not that difficult as you have made it to be, let's begin to look at who should change this story, this perceived fear about mathematics. So let's begin with, let me ask you this question. What are the three biggest mistakes parents unknowingly make? If it's only one or two, that if by correcting them, the attitude of that child may change. The three biggest mistakes, one or two biggest mistakes parents unknowingly make that increase their children's fear of mathematics.
The first thing is that when your child brings a sum that they ask them to do as homework, parents should not say, I don't know it.
Parents should not say, I don't know it.
Don't know it. That good. I hate mathematics. The moment you say you hate it, it will transfer to the children that way. My parents hate mathematics. Then I don't need to know this subject. So another thing is that we should begin to have a correct attitude to mathematics as any subject. It's a subject that is very simple, just as any other subject. Once you love it and you love your teacher, you have no problem.
So, what practical things can parents just begin to do at home to help their children now to have confidence in mathematics?
Yes, mathematics is a way of life. It's a subject. It's a language.
Okay.
So let parents begin to say that, well, this so-called mathematics is a thing you use every now and then. So just develop the attitude of liking. Just like when we have this HIV and we have this NACA that was publicizing it. If government can begin to publicize the issue of justifying attitude to mathematics, everybody will love this subject. So let's just the propaganda should be mathematics is not hard. It's a simple subject. And because attitude in life determines what you do. Everything about you is attitude.
Thank you, Prof. At least we can take this home. Parents listening to us out there, do not tell your children that you don't like mathematics. I hate mathematics. I was not good in mathematics. Even your dad was not good. The moment you start doing that, the prophecy that you are saying will not be, what you are saying will not become a self-fulfilling prophecy in the life of your children. So try to encourage them to do it. Don't discourage them. As Prof has said now, it's just like any other subject. Help them to develop their interest in that mathematics. And I think let's look at the way mathematics is taught. Some people believe that the problem is not even the child. The problem is the teacher. Do you agree with that?
Well, I will partially agree with that, because the way our teachers teach mathematics, if they don't bring it to the level of the students, these children, they are accustomed to an environment where where they live. If you are to teach mathematics, make sure it is around the children, what they know. Most of the textbooks we use these days, aside from MAN and some other organizations that are now trying to simplify mathematics, most of them are foreign examples. Use the examples the children are aware with, and then from there, use practical examples that this student will be able to analyze their distance. Once you do that, you don't have problem.
Once you do that, you don't have problem. If you can just bring it up. When I was in school, the moment I hear x plus y, x plus x, x times x, the next thing is that I will just tune off. But I've seen some teachers, whenever they were teaching and I happen to working on them, some of them, the way they teach it, they will just use things that the students are used to. Like, okay, 2 mangoes plus 2 mangoes, what would they give you? Easily the children will recognize it. Exactly. So our teachers are to, Prof is saying that you will need to adopt new methods of teaching these children, so that at the end of the day, the children will not only understand, they will also fall in love with you. Because we have discovered through research that when a student loves the teacher, most likely he will also love the subject that is being taught.
Exactly.
So let me ask this. If you walk into any mathematics classroom across Nigeria today, what do you expect to see and what do you hope to see?
Well, I would expect to see a teacher interacting with the students, giving them more work to do than the teacher saying this and that, and not involving the students. And I want to see some manipulatives, such things that the student can see and touch and use in the mathematics classroom. That's why we talk of this mathematics laboratory. You see, most of the things we use in mathematics can be practicalized. Once you see that, you know that okay, this teacher is really teaching mathematics.
Okay. I said the Department of mathematics education at Leeds University, what gaps have you noticed in students coming from our secondary schools when they enter your university? What are the gaps that you notice that maybe in the first 1 month you have to fill those gaps that from what you have seen they were not well taught, they don't understand this? What gaps have you noticed?
Well, there is no smooth transition from secondary to university. That's what I've seen with some of these students, because what they've learned in their secondary school, they are not able to transport it to the university. Some of them come with A1, but we find out that give them simple mathematics in secondary school, they fail. So I will try to ameliorate that. The curriculum has been done in such a way that the gap between secondary and university is taken care of. So some of these topics are taught so that they bring their mind back.
I've also discovered something in my 35 years in the education sector. In fact, if you had my years as a youth corps member, we're talking about 40 years now in the education sector. And I've seen teachers that are passionate about this subject, but they have limited continuing professional training. In 2023, April, I was in Canada and I went to, they have their own union of teachers and principals. And I discovered that every week, they have things they are teaching their teachers, things they are teaching their principals. In your opinion, how important is this role of continued professional development in the teaching of mathematics?
It's so much important because new things are coming up. We are now in a technology-driven society. So new things, new way of teaching mathematics should come up. Like using the computer, using internet and all those things should come up, because these children are aware of some of these things. But most of our teachers will sit in the old way, as it was in the beginning, so it is, now it shall be. So these are the issues we have in teaching mathematics.
So your association, Mathematics Association of Nigeria, what have you been doing in this respect?
We have been having seminars, workshops, conferences. Like the national conference is coming up in Osogbo at the end of this month now. So we have conferences like that. We have state conferences and all that. Professional development program for teachers that have been coming up.
When I was in service, I've had to send some of our teachers there, but I've always seen that because a particular seminar was held in my school when I was in service, the number I saw was not encouraging. What are you doing about this? Because some schools where they have 6 mathematics teachers, they will say they are only able to sponsor only 1. So what do you think is responsible for this attitude to training by our teachers? Because I would have expected, even if your school didn't pay, if you are passionate about what you are doing, you should be able to take, the money is not so much, 5,000 naira in a year for continued professional development. What are you doing to encourage teachers to even pay from their purses, not relying on government? But I can tell you categorically that part of the teacher salary scale being paid to teachers, they are to use part of it for their professional development, but they still look up to their principals or to their administrators to sponsor them. What are you doing in this respect so that you can have more number of teachers who are competent?
Well, we keep appealing to them because there's nothing we can do. We can't force them. We keep appealing to them. That is for their own growth. Professional development is good for people to get new knowledge of how you teach this subject. We keep appealing.
So, what role should the principals and the school owners be playing to improve teaching of mathematics?
Well, we have some schools that sponsor their teachers for conferences and all that. Principals and head of school should do that. Sponsor them for conferences, organize in-house conferences, And then those are some of the few things that principal should do and head of school should do.
You know, when I'm asking this question, I'm particular about continued professional development. You see, in 2022, I was at a seminar in your university, School Growth International Seminar, and one of the guest speakers there, a proprietor of a private school, and he told us his school has been winning laurels all over the world. Even that school produced the girl that won the mathematics Olympiad all over the world. And he was asked, how many teachers? He said, in that school they had 40 teachers. We have to ask, you mean 40 teachers for all the subjects? He said 40 teachers for mathematics alone.
Wow.
That each teacher takes an aspect of mathematics. And then there's reward for you if any of your child makes A1 in mathematics. I said, wow. So do you think that having more teachers teaching mathematics, I've seen teachers, a single teacher will be taking about 120, 130 students. How effective would that be?
It will not be effective because you won't be able to take care of individual differences of these students. So I want to commend that proprietor because the what mathematics teacher facing, especially in public secondary school, is the thing we shouldn't talk about. But the classroom is so big that they can't just manage it. So if we have more teachers and less number of students in the class, the people will take care of individual differences. So I will encourage the public school to employ more teachers for mathematics because it's a subject teachers teach everybody. There is no question of it's an elective. So we need more teachers.
I think I agree with you, and I can confidently say that I want to commend Oyo State government on this. In 2024, I was part of the team that trained the teachers all over the state, mathematics, other science subjects, and so on, and even the principal training, quality training, and we hope that this will continue. Now, having said that, if you see parents today, some of them will say, I have lesson teachers that I've appointed for I've employed for my child for this and this and this, and yet I've not seen any difference in the performance. What will you tell such parents? They are losing hope. Their children have taken the exam 2-3 times, and that mathematics, they will tell you, that is the only thing remaining. So what do you tell such parents?
Well, I think they should change the teacher because he's not delivering.
Beyond changing the teacher, what else should the parent do?
Of course, it should start it should be like a clinic. A clinic to try and find out what the problem is. Is the child having a problem, or is it the teacher that is having a problem? But more importantly, the attitude. Okay. Attitude is very important.
Attitude is very important.
Very important.
The attitude of the child.
Exactly.
Is very important.
Very important.
Thank you, Prof. We shall be back in a few seconds. Thank you. Welcome back. You are still on Oxygen FM 96.9, where we not just inform, we inspire and we ignite. And the program is still Oxygen, it's still the Professional Edge, Education Unlocked. And I have with me Professor Jara from the University, Lee City University. And we are looking at the problem of mathematics in Nigeria with our children, what we can do, how we can change the story, how we can make them not to fear to perform well, because you have discovered that there are many courses now that are related to mathematics, even beyond what it was in your own years. I don't know, in my own years, many courses now. And so my next question is this. During my years as a principal, I found that the best mathematics teachers were not always the ones who knew the mathematics very well. They were often the ones who could make students believe in themselves. I can do this. Would you agree that confidence building is just as important as content delivery?
Very, very important. When you have confidence in something, you will deliver with it. That confidence in you that I can do it.
No, I'm talking about building confidence in the children themselves, making them believe that I can do it. Henry Ford said, if you say I can, you are right. If you say you cannot, you are also right. So I'm talking about building confidence. The teacher, the math teacher, helping to build confidence in the students. Is it as important as content delivery by the teacher as well, or even more important?
Yes, believe the teacher making asking that the student believe in themselves is very important than the content delivery. You see, though they are more or less interwoven, but when you have that confidence in you that of course this sum is not hard, I can do it, that an energy will come in that will be able to build you up, that of course even if I fail, I will try it again. So that confidence building is very, very important.
Prof, we have discussed parents, we have discussed teachers, we have discussed the schools, the school in particular. Like when I was in service, with all sense of humility and responsibility, I established the first mathematics laboratory in any public school in Oyo State. And we started seeing changes in our results. How far will such a laboratory and employment of technology in teaching mathematics go in making our students to be more successful in mathematics?
Yeah, you see, the word mathematics creates fear, and to dismissify that fear, we practicalize some of these things. So the issue of mathematics libraries is very, very important. When students see what you are talking about, first of all, you meant the other time you meant X and Y. X and Y, they are variables. X is different from Y. So once they see what X is, what Y is, it makes more sense to them. That's why the essence of mathematics laboratory is very, very important. And this issue of technology now, we can't run away from it. It is with us. So those of them are in contact with each other, helping to build confidence in mathematics as we deploy them very well.
So what you are saying in essence that a great mathematics teacher doesn't merely solve equations. He or she removes fear, builds confidence, and opens doors to possibilities. Not only that, he must also move with the time.
Of course.
He must be able to know how to use AI. He must be able to know how to use technology to teach mathematics in classes. But I think the major issue we have with this, especially with the public schools, is that the technology is not being deployed in most public schools, only private schools. So, what is your advice?
Well, I would advise that the government should bring in technology, not like in Lagos State now. Technology is it's a state that is driven with technology. So state government should deploy technology in all our schools to teach this subject that is, more or less a scarecrow. To demystify the word mathematics, because we use mathematics every day, everywhere.
Prof, we have discussed parents, we've discussed teachers, we've discussed schools. But the world our children are entering today is completely different from the world we grew up in. It's the age of AI. We hear of artificial intelligence, how it is changing education. Robots are entering workplaces. Data is becoming the new oil. So let me ask, has mathematics become more important than ever before in this age?
Yes, mathematics is everywhere.
Mathematics everywhere?
Everywhere. In the air, everywhere. We talk about time, it's mathematics. We talk about estimation, it's mathematics. We talk about just anything you talk about.
Even this studio we are in.
It's mathematical because everything is arranged in order. You are looking at time and all those things. These are mathematics. Until we get to know that these are things we use every now and then.
So if a student asks you now, sir, will I ever use mathematics after leaving school? What would be your answer to him?
I'll tell them you have been using it, so you keep using it. You always continue to use it.
Well, 20 years ago, many careers our children are preparing for today didn't even exist. So how should parents, teachers, and school prepare our children for jobs that have not yet been invented? Some years ago, there's nothing like data analytics. There's nothing like robotics. But in all this, mathematics are still there.
Everything inside.
So how do we now prepare for the future?
Well, as generation goes, as time goes, we should get aligned with what is going on. AI is with us. We can't leave it. So we want to know what's AI. So if we want to live successfully, we should align with what is going on. So we should tell our children that, well, these are things that are going on. So they have to prepare themselves to know it. You have coding now, everything now. In those days you have to write programs. These days you don't write. You just click.
This day you just click.
Yeah, click.
Instead of so just a few days ago, I just came across this influential essay by Leopold Aschenbrenner titled Situational Awareness, The Decades Ahead. He wrote it in June 2024. And in it, he argues that the world is underestimating how quickly artificial intelligence is advancing. He predicts that AI could reach human level intelligence within a few years, rapidly improving itself and transform every sector from education to healthcare to business to national security. His central message is just that government, businesses, and educators must prepare now, because AI is likely to reshape society much sooner than most people expect. And the same year 2024, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world now, said in 1 year AI will be replacing human beings, and by 2029 AI will be smarter than all human beings combined. My question is this: do you think our mathematics curriculum is preparing students for that future, or are we already behind?
Well, I think with the current Minister of Education, there have been some innovations in our curriculum that are aligned with AI world now. But like in computer now, it's not the old computer they are teaching now. They are bringing in AI, cyber security, and all these things. So mathematics, but I've not seen for mathematics. But I think our curriculum planner should be thinking of bringing in some of these innovations into mathematics.
So, let me ask a follow-up question. If AI can increasingly solve complex mathematical problems, Then, what should be the real goal of teaching mathematics in our schools today? Is it memorizing formulas or developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills?
Of course, mathematics does all those things. Yes, AI is advancing so much, but we cannot take away the issue of teaching the real mathematics. Yes, AI can solve a lot of problems, but AI is artificial. So we say artificial intelligence. But the real intelligence is with man.
Okay.
And so the issue of AI is going to erode, take away what human beings will do, may not come. It will try, but it will not.
Sir, let me ask this as someone from the arts. I never loved mathematics, but funny enough, all my kids, at least 2 of them, did well in mathematics. So as someone from the arts with very little knowledge of mathematics, let me even say that I hated mathematics while I was in school. With AI transforming the world so rapidly, are art students like me who dislike or struggle with mathematics, are we doomed? Or is there still a place for us, for them, in the future economy?
There is a place.
Okay.
There's a place for you, because there are some things AI cannot do for you. Yes, we so rely on this AI of 18, but there are so many things we human beings AI cannot replace. So we still have a place. Everybody has a place in this world we are in that is AI driven. So don't relegate yourself that you are done. No.
So even if you are in the arts, there is still a place for you in this economy.
A place for you.
But does that mean that we in the arts should also not embrace technology?
Everybody should embrace it, because if you are not embracing it, you are left behind. You should embrace technology.
If you are not embracing technology, you'll be left behind. We take a short break, and then when we come back, we shall be coasting home on today's edition of Professional Edge. Thank you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still Professional Edge Education Unlocked on Oxygen FM 96.9, where we inform, inspire, and ignite. And today, we are looking at a very important conversation that touches every home, the issue of mathematics, how to change the narratives. Prof, are you worried or are you not worried that many young Nigerians avoid mathematics-related careers? Are you worried?
Well, because of the technology we are in now, a lot of people run away from mathematically inclined career, but they use it. Whether we like it or not, we use mathematics.
So there's no running away?
There's no running away.
No hiding place?
At all. We use it.
So if you're a student at home and you are hearing us this afternoon, no hiding place for you. You will use mathematics at one time or another. Because you see, Prof, every developed nation has invested heavily in STEM education. What lessons should Nigeria learn from countries that are producing world-class innovators? Because they have invested heavily. And Nigeria is also investing. But some people say, what you are investing is not enough. What do you have to say
we
to
should
that?
increase our investment in STEM education.
All right.
Because a country that is not STEM inclined will not grow. So we should put more money in STEM education, in educating our people, not more money in politics and all that. See, we should put more money in STEM education, increase our quota in, like the UNESCO is there, 22% of economy budget should go to education. I don't think it is so. We should increase more on it.
Sir, when many of us were growing up, success was often measured by becoming a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. But today, things are changing fast. We are hearing about artificial intelligence, data engineers, data analysts, quantitative economists, fintech experts, and cybersecurity professionals. It seems the opportunities connected with mathematics are expanding rather than shrinking. Do you share this view?
Of course, yes. Because like if like a lawyer now, a barrister, the element of mathematics in law.
That's logic.
Yes.
Okay.
So there is no subject that is devoid of mathematics. So I share the view that where every subject there is element of mathematics in it. So
there's just no hiding place.
There's no hiding place. No hiding place. So mathematics is everywhere. Just like I said, mathematics is in the air.
Mathematics is everywhere. Just like oxygen. Oxygen FM is everywhere.
Yes.
So just like oxygen, they should try and breathe in.
Yes.
They should not. They can't run away from it.
Can't run away from it.
Because when you look at it, many of the subjects, even the traditional subjects, finance, marketing, accounting, engineering, there are only a few subjects where you don't really need core mathematics. Where they are not, you are not required to have credit in mathematics. There are only a few. And even if you're a lawyer, if they don't require credit from you, you need a pass. And even with that, you still go and do logic. Mm-hmm. And even after that, you want to become a charter secretary, ICSAN, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, you will still do some mathematics along the line. Yes. So there is just no way.
No way.
You can run away. Yes. Just as we wrap up this program, anybody that tells you that he hates mathematics, my child hates mathematics, in just one sentence, what should you tell that person?
I will tell them to change their mind. Love the subject. Love your teacher who teaches you.
Thank you very much. Before I let you go, Prof, let's do what we call the professional edge quick fire. It's just to create fun, produce short, memorable, actionable answers so that you can head it on a funny note. One word that best describes mathematics.
Mathematics is a subject that everybody should love.
Love mathematics.
Yes, love it.
One habit every student who wants to excel in mathematics should develop. One habit.
Change your attitude.
Change your attitude
to mathematics.
I was thinking that you would say you should be more hardworking, you should practice more.
Just your attitude to it. Just love the subject.
Okay. So, one thing every parent should stop saying about mathematics.
It's not hard. Mathematics is not hard.
No, I say they should stop saying no.
They should stop saying. They should not say.
Every parent should stop saying about one. They should just stop saying. They should stop saying Jerry. One statement they should stop saying about mathematics.
I hate mathematics.
So they should not tell their children that they hate mathematics. They should also not tell them that even your father didn't do well in mathematics. They should not say that, because that could become a living reality for that child. Good. One thing every mathematics teacher should start doing from Monday.
Every mathematics teacher should love the pupils they teach. I don't create fear in them.
Every math teacher should love the people they teach. even tọmọ yẹn ò mọ tí ò mọ ṣírò wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ love ẹ̀ náà.
You should love.
But my math teacher used to come to class with cane.
You should
That one drives
Mhm.
drives the desire to learn. It drives away even from me. So, as a professor of mathematics, if I ask you to recommend now one website, one YouTube channel, or one online resource students can use to improve mathematics, even one book, maybe on logic or whatever, that you can recommend, like, okay, you want your mathematics to be better, go and read this book. You want to be better in mathematics, this YouTube channel, go and be watching it. You want your mathematics to be better, go to this website.
For website, you can use Wolfman Maths World.
Okay.
For YouTube, you can use Khan.
Spelling?
Khan.
Khan.
Khan Academy.
Khan Academy.
For
Okay.
the textbooks, it varies.
Okay.
Depends on your level.
Okay.
Any textbook in mathematics, just take it and solve some problems there. You are good to go.
Finally, one sentence you want Nigeria to remember after today's program from you.
Mathematics is not hard. Simple subject, just as any subject.
Before I let you go, if tomorrow President Tinubu makes you the Minister of Education, and you see this is your own area of specialization, what 3 changes will you make within your first 100 days in office concerning mathematics education?
I will first employ more mathematics teachers. Make sure all these schools have more than enough mathematics teachers, and then reduce the class size for every math teacher. And then there will be induction training for mathematics teachers, and more importantly, increase their remuneration.
How would we manage that? Are you saying mathematics is more important than English language, history, than religious studies, than physics, chemistry, biology?
It is not so, because the work mathematics teachers do, what they do in class is enormous. So when it's a way of encouraging them to have their, because it's one of my recommendations in my PhD thesis that mathematics teacher, all our teachers, when they are on level 8, mathematics teachers should be on level 9 because of the enormous work they do in the classroom.
Because of the enormous work
Yes, the
they
mathematics
do
teachers
in the classroom. Before I leave the studio this afternoon, permit me to make a small but important appeal. Every Friday on the Professional Edge Education Unlocked, we deliberately create a platform where we challenge assumptions, interrogate the problems confronting education, bring knowledgeable people to the table, and most importantly, search for practical solutions to the education challenges facing the country. But great conversations can go much further when people who believe in the mission decide to stand behind them. So if you are a school owner, education professional, corporate organization, institution, philanthropist, or simply an individual who believes deeply in the power of education, I would like to invite you to become a partner in this journey. You won't simply be supporting a radio program. You'll be supporting conversations that can influence parents, inspire teachers, empower students, and ultimately contribute to building a better education system in Nigeria, starting from Oyo State. Perhaps you have always wanted to make a meaningful contribution to education. This may be your opportunity. If you or your organization would like to partner with the Professional Edge Education Unlocked, I will be delighted to have that conversation with you. Let's not just talk about changing education. Let's put something behind the conversation. Because when we invest in education, we are not merely investing in today's children, we are investing in the people who will inherit our tomorrow. Whether we like it or not, we will not be on this stage forever. At one time, we will leave the stage and our children will take over. Therefore, if you or your organization would like to partner with us, please reach out to us after the program on Oxygen FM. I'm Akin Akinade, and I want to specially thank our guest for today, Professor Olatunde Phileas Yara. I've always tried to be careful. I don't want to mispronounce your name. But before I leave the studio, I want to thank Professor Yara for joining us today. We are very grateful. We look forward to seeing you again because this conversation will continue. This is not the end of it. And to everyone listening at home, let me leave you with this. A child who fears mathematics is not necessarily a child who lacks ability. Sometimes that child simply needs someone to help them discover what they can do. So parents, don't label the child, encourage the child. Teachers, don't merely teach mathematics, teach confidence. And students, please remember this. Struggling with mathematics today does not mean you are incapable of mastering it tomorrow. The goal is not to make every child a mathematician. The goal is to ensure that no child walks away from mathematics believing that he or she is not intelligent enough to succeed. Because sometimes the difference between I can't and I can is not intelligence. It is encouragement. It is perseverance. It is patience. It is practice. And somebody who refuses to give up on you. I'm Akin Akinade, and this has been the Professional Edge Education Unlocked on Oxygen FM 96.9. Until next Friday, keep learning, keep questioning, keep growing, because when we unlock education, we unlock human potential. Stay blessed and keep your edge.